People say that in every relationship, there's one who loves more. I'm not sure if this is true, but in my first year with Peter, there was definitely one who loved sooner. Now, I'd been around the block enough to tell that this was serious. Cagey as always, Peter kept his cards close to his chest.
Whenever I'm away from you.
So for the first year, things remained loosely defined.
'Cause you know I wanna stay with you.
And I learned to be patient. With my eye on the prize, I was determined to do whatever it took to move things to the next level. For our first anniversary, I wanted to make a bold gesture. So when Peter mentioned how much he wanted a small, solid copper crucifix to wear around his neck, and how he'd never been able to find one, I took note. This would be my gift. I would find his copper crucifix if I had to make it myself. Little did I realize that's pretty much what it would take. I checked all the jewelry stores and vintage shops, even kiosks in shopping malls. Crucifixes everywhere, but nothing in copper. Eventually, I stumbled across the shop of an elder jeweler who said he could help. First, he made a mold, and then cast Peter's crucifix from molten copper. I couldn't wait to see Peter's reaction when he opened my gift. He was thrilled. Then it was my turn to open his gift. I had to ask, you're not trying to tell me something, are you? And he said, no, silly, it's our first anniversary. It's supposed to be paper. As the years started to accumulate, the most typical question we heard shifted from, "Where did you two meet?" to, "How long have you been together?" As if the length of a relationship gave it more legitimacy, more weight. And these were still the days when our relationships weren't recognized, either by law or by polite society. In practical terms, this meant we could fly under enemy radar when it suited our purposes. In personal terms, this meant we had to make up a lot of the rules as we went along. It was easier to notice how much the world was changing than it was to appreciate how much our lives together were evolving. The sheer weight and solid comfort of all those years. In the beginning, it's easy to fall in love with an image of who we want our beloved to be, especially in the beginning, when starting with an empty canvas. But over time, true shapes and outlines of character assert themselves. Sometimes as a result of discovery, sometimes as a result of growth. Stark lines blur into soft hues as he stumbles past his boundaries, before retreating just a bit, perhaps to reconsider. The strokes become bolder as trust is earned. The angle of his chin shifts almost imperceptibly when events start to wear him down. His eyes twinkle from time to time. Desire has inexplicably not only survived the long journey, but flourishes still. I've always wanted to have a portrait of Peter, and nagged him shamelessly about it for years. He was never very enthusiastic about having it drawn, but finally, reluctantly agreed as an anniversary gift. Afterwards, when I asked if he had enough money to pay the artist, he reminded me that his gift was to pose for the portrait, not to pay for it. A poet once wrote that for those who love, time is eternity. In my experience, time is a crapshoot, and sometimes in short supply. And love, far from being eternal, is best savored in the moment, fueled by an unshakable belief that it will never cease. But cease it surely will, which is where time comes back into the picture. Time and memories. The thing about memories is that even while they linger, they tend to fade, especially over time. Some memories are easy to hold on to, but the memories that keep it all real, they're the ones I cherish the most.
Knoop.